Hello and Namaste. In continuation with the complex numbers, we are dealing with the logarithm of complex numbers. What is logarithm of a complex number? If z and w, these are the two complex numbers, and if they are related to each other with this equation, then w is equals to log of z is called the logarithm of a complex number z. Now let us consider z equals to x plus iy, and which is in Cartesian, then which is equals to r into e to the power I theta. So z we are expressed in terms of the exponential form as well. Now this is one relation. We will just look back to this particular session later on. Now log of z is log of r into e to the power I theta. So that means in this second equation we have applied log to the base e both the sides. Then the property of logarithm log of a into b, a into b is equals to log of a plus log of b. This is what we have used it here. After using this, we have got log of r plus log of e to the power I theta, which is equals to log of r plus this I theta. Again, because of the logarithm property, this log of e to the power I theta power will come in front of the log, and that would give us I theta into log of e. Now this I theta to the power this e is nothing but its base e, right? And that's the reason log of e to the base e would give us 1, and that's the reason we have written here is equals to 1. Now putting this log of r, so r we are putting this as the modulus and argument value here as respectively for this particular theta and the value of r. We have got this, which is equals to, we are going to get the principal value of the log of x plus iy, which is log of x plus iy is equals to 1 by 2 times log of x square plus y square plus I times tan inverse of y by x. So this is what is known as the principal value of log of x plus iy. Now what is the general value of log of x plus iy is given as, because there is a slight change in the notation, we have got in the principal value small l, wherein in the general value we have to denote this as capital L. That is just to show the difference between the two different notation, because this is the principal value wherein this is the general value. Why this is known as the general value? Because we have included here you can say the number n over here, which vary because of the way which we wanted the value at theta, and therefore this log of x plus iy is equals to log of r plus I times 2 and pi plus theta, which is equals to that we have just put the value of r and theta over here, and we are going to get it as 2 and pi plus log of x plus iy. So this log of x plus iy is same as this what we have seen, that is known as a principal value, and therefore the general value of the logarithm log x plus iy is known as this is equals to this. Then just putting the value of n, because of this n over here, it's known as the general value of log. Now prove that. First question will be moving ahead with I times log of x minus I upon x plus I is equals to pi minus 2 times tan inverse of x, which is very simple. Again, the property of logarithm log of a by b is equals to I times log of a minus log of b here, which is equals to, by this particular formula will be going ahead and just putting this values here. So log of x plus x minus I can be written as 1 by 2 times log of x squared plus 1 plus I times tan inverse of minus 1 by x. Similarly, log of x minus I, using the same formula here, we'll be getting it as, because of the minus sign, both the signs, so minus will come here, so minus 1 by 2 log of x square plus 1 minus I times tan inverse of 1 by x. This can be written as, now because of this plus and this is minus 1 by 2 times log will go off from here and will remain here with I here, which is this I which is there outside the bracket, wherein we have got this I from here and this I from here. This is what this I we are denoting it here. So we have got it here I into this tan inverse of minus 1 by x can be written as minus of cot inverse of x, wherein this minus of tan inverse of 1 by x can be written as minus of cot inverse of x. And after getting this multiplication of this I will become here I square, which is nothing but minus 1. So because of this minus sign, this minus cot and this minus cot becomes plus, and we will be getting it here 2 times cot inverse of x, which is same as, so we know the relation between cot inverse of x and tan inverse, that is it has been related to each other as tan inverse of x plus cot inverse of x is equals to pi by 2. We have used that fact here, and we have written cot inverse of x as pi by 2 times pi by 2 minus tan inverse of x, and that's the reason we have got this 2 will get cancelled and we'll have it pi minus 2 times tan inverse of x as the answer for this particular thing, and which is same as our RHS side. Similarly, we'll be using this principal value over here, but this is for the, this is a general value actually, but we will be having, we want it only for the principal branch of this particular log. So the question is, show that log I cube not equals to 3 times log of I. So that means what, we cannot have this type of relation as we do have it for the principal value like log. So it's not possible whenever it's a general value. Let us see how can we go ahead with. So now log, because they have asked us a principal branch only, so log I cube is equals to log of I cube, which is equals to log of minus of I. So because I cube is equals to I squared into I, that is nothing but minus of I. So we have got this as, which is equals to 1 by 2. So now here minus of I is nothing but 0 plus 0 minus I, that is x is 1, y is minus 1. So we are putting this values over here. We are going to get this value something like this, which is equals to, now log of 1 is always equals to 0. So log of 1 is 0, that means this particular branch will go to 0. So, and what about this? So I times tan inverse of minus 1, right? So this is nothing but, we are going to get it as minus 1 by 0. This is nothing but minus of I pi by 2, because it's tan inverse of infinity, that is pi by 2, right? And because of the minus here, and therefore this is the first equation you can say over here. Then this is, so LHS we have considered this LHS equals to, now RHS is equals to 3 times log of I, which is 3 times log of I, because we are to do it only with the principal branch. That's the reason we are not considering this 2 and pi into the consideration. We are just dealing with log of x plus iy here. 3 times log of I, which is again the same thing, which is we are going to get it as 3 times I pi by 2. And therefore if you observe here, now this is the second equation, you can say that first and second, if you observe, they are not equal, and that's the reason we have got this particular identity over here. Okay, then prove that log of this particular thing is equals to 2i tan inverse of cot x tan hyperbolic y. Here we have to make use of the hyperbolic functions. Now log of a by b, log of a minus log of b, which is equals to, now sine of a plus b, the expansion is giving this, sine of a minus b, the expansion is here. But again you must be remembering that follow the I button and follow the sessions on hyperbolic function, because of this expansions here. It's sine x and cos hyperbolic y. So cos ix, cos iy will give you. So this is the relation we have got it because of this hyperbolic function. We have got something like this. After doing this here, making this log, applying this is for the first this function as well as this function, we are going to get something like this. Again this plus or minus, we are going to get this and this will go from here because of the plus and minus with the same you can see the function here will remain here with I times tan inverse of this cos x sine hyperbolic y upon sine x cos hyperbolic y. Now cos x upon sine x will give us cot of x. Similarly sine hyperbolic y upon cos hyperbolic y will give us tan hyperbolic y. Similarly for the other things, so we are going to, because it's a minus here, so this minus will come out of this bracket because of the tan inverse, and we'll be getting it here plus. After getting it, so if you observe here, we have got both of them equal, and therefore the addition will happen over here, which is equals to 2i tan inverse of cot x tan hyperbolic y. So these are extremely simple examples, provided you should be very much thorough with the concept of hyperbolic functions and the complex numbers very well. If you observe here, most of the questions are based on the functions, trigonometric functions, might be the hyperbolic function and a circular function. So you have to be very thorough with those functions of hyperbolic and the circular to deal with the questions of logarithms. Now again, separate the real and imaginary parts of square root of I to the power square root of I. Now let this a plus ib is equals to square root of I. Therefore log of a plus ib, you can say that it's equals to log of I here, which is equals to 1 by 2 times log of I, 1 by 2 times log of I. That is nothing but, after using this, we will be getting it here 1 by 2 times I times pi by 2, I times pi by 2. Why is that so? Because it's here you will be getting it log of 1, and log of 1 will go to 0, and you will be remaining here, you will remain here only with this part, because it's 1 plus 0 plus I, that is log of square root, so log of 1 square plus 0, that is log of 1, and that's the reason we have got it. This part is equals to 0 and will remain here with this, which is equals to, now this is I pi upon 4. Therefore log a plus ib is equals to this, you can say that 1 by 4 I pi, right? And this is nothing but a, so taking the anti-log, so a plus ib is equals to e to the power I pi by 4. Similarly, which is same as, which is nothing but, which is, this is what we have assumed here, a plus ib is square root of I. So square root of I value we have got it as e to the power I pi. Now let this square root of I to the power I is equals to x plus iy. So this entire function, entire, you can say the complex number, we are taking it as x plus iy, which is again using the taking the log of both the sides and taking the property of logarithm, will be getting this equation. This gives us, now just replacing the value of this square root of I as square root of I everywhere in the LHS side. So we have got this something like this, which is equals to, now log of x plus iy is equals to this. So this e to the power I pi by 4 is nothing but cos pi by 4 plus I sin pi by 4 into this e to the power, log of e to the power I pi by 4 will give us just I pi by 4. And that's the reason we are getting it here, cos pi by 4 is 1 upon square root of 2 plus I upon square root of 2 into this, which is equals to, therefore x plus iy, so this x plus I, because it's a log x plus iy, and therefore taking the antilog of both the sides will be getting x plus iy is equals to e to the power minus pi by 4 square root of 2 into I pi upon e to the power I pi upon 4 square root of 2. Just doing the multiplication will be getting this minus sign, this, so I into I will give you here minus pi upon 4 square root of 2. That's the reason here it's a product, right? It's a product of e here. And that's the reason here e to the power minus pi upon 4 square root of 2 as it is, because it's a constant, wherein this we are going to go with the polar form. So that means what, we are just getting back to the polar form from exponential to polar, and therefore after multiplication over here we will be getting something like this. And therefore just if you just go by the equating the real, because it's x plus iy is being given to us like this, and if we'll just equate the real part and the imaginary part of these two, this complex numbers, then we'll be getting x is equals to e to the power I. So that's the reason actually, yeah, this is also can be done, but I think it's not required here. So this is not required here actually. Will not make use of this, and we'll be going with this. So it's e to the power minus pi upon 4 square root of 2 cos of this, and this is y with the same sine pi upon 4 square root of 2. So we'll be not going for this particular thing. Okay. Then find the real and imaginary parts of tan hyperbolic inverse of x plus iy, and that is same thing what we are going to do it. That is tan hyperbolic inverse of x plus iy, which is equals to 1 by 2 times log of this. And therefore it is same as, because this is just a property of tan hyperbolic inverse of x, that is 1 by 2 times log of 1 plus x upon 1 minus x. Please do follow the hyperbolic until and unless you will not get inverse hyperbolic as well as hyperbolic functions, then only you will be able to solve the logarithm functions very well. This is the property what we have seen. We have taken this first step from tan inverse of x is equals to 1 by 2 times log of 1 plus x upon 1 minus x. That is what we have used it here. Then again this, then moving ahead, the same property of the logarithms we have used is log of 1 by 2 times log of x plus iy is equals to. So that is what we have used it here. Similarly, just go on solving it. You will be getting this type of step here, because it's a half 1 by 2 times log of this plus I times this minus I times tan inverse of this particular function. Then we are going to get something like this here, I times tan inverse of y upon 1 plus x plus tan inverse of y upon 1 minus x, and so on. After getting this over here, it's 1 by 2 times log of this entire function plus I times tan inverse of, now it's tan inverse of a plus tan inverse of b formula we have used it here, right? So we have used tan inverse of a plus tan inverse of b is a plus b upon a 1 minus a into b. So that is what we have used it here. Similarly, after getting this solving this particular tan inverse, we are going to get something like this. Again, this xy and plus and minus xy will go from here, and we will remain here with something like this 1 by 4 times log of this particular function plus I times 1 by 2 times tan inverse of this, which is equals to, so we have got the real part of, so that means what, now we have got it, the real part plus I times the imaginary part, and just by comparing the real part and the imaginary part of tan hyperbolic inverse of x plus iy, we are going to get this as the first, this as the second, that is real part and the imaginary part of this particular function. Yeah, and this is a self-observation slide wherein 1, 2, 3 questions has been given to you. Purposely I have given you show that or prove that kind of functions. If at all you have any query, please write me in the comment section so that I can address those questions. Thank you. Happy learning.